Hi guys, Chris and James here from the Orthobands team. What we're going to look at today is how to release tension in two key areas of the body that can actually become stressed and strained in modern life and actually cause tension elsewhere in our body.
These two key areas we're going to show you today are both in our hands and our feet. And in both mine and Chris's clinics we get common complaints that rely on these areas, things in the feet such as bunions, motor neuromas, metatarsalgia, and in our hands things repetitive strain, Texas thumb, textile things, mouse hand. What we're going to look at today is some simple principles which are going to help you relieve pressures in these areas.
As well as local tensions in the hands and the feet, when these muscles tighten they affect something called the fascia, which is basically a stretchy elastic tissue that runs all the way through our body in certain patterns. So if these tighten, we can actually get tension or pain in other areas of the body. An example of this is the plantar fascia underneath the foot, where lots of people get tension and pain. But rather than viewing this muscle start and stops at the heel bone and the calcaneum, this then becomes the Achilles tendon, which then becomes the calf group of muscles.
It's what we prepared earlier.
And this then becomes the calf group of muscles, which then becomes the hamstring tendon, which then become the sacrotuberous ligament and the erector spinae muscles. And this facial band goes all the way up to the top of the head. So in this example, tension in the arch of the foot could actually be creating calf tension, hamstring tension, low back pain, or even headaches.
So when working on these areas, not only will you affect the place that you're working on, it'll also have a great effect throughout the rest of the body. Whilst working here, you'll also stimulate reflexology points which relate to our organs.
As well as affecting the nerves that run in between the hands and the feet, which if they get irritated through the stresses of repetitive stress or strains in modern life, can actually also cause tensions further up into the body and also into the spine as well.
To begin with, we're going to show you a nice, basic, simple introduction to the foot, which is going to help you release problems there, but also throughout the rest of the body.
What we've got in the foot are three main arches which produce a tripod of support from the heel, the little toe and the big toe, and help displace the weight of the rest of the body. So we've got the medial arch, which is on the inside of the foot, very shallow arch across the toes, which is the transverse arch, and a very shallow arch on the outside, which is our foundation. The muscles in the fascia in the feet and the lower leg actually help to support and hold these arches up and produces a spring or elastic recoil effect to make walking and running easy. If these tissues weaken or tighten, they become dehydrated and the foot loses its spring, so we basically land heavy-footed. But this can also lead to change in shape of the arches or dropping or malposition of the bones, which can also irritate the nerves which run in between the bones here and cause misalignments throughout the rest of the body. So we're just going to look at a simple exercise to help switch these muscles on and help support the arches of the foot.
So to simply do this, all you need is your ortho ball and to kick your shoes off. So to begin with, we're going to start with releasing the sole of the foot. Now to do this, we're going to simply place the ball on the floor, and you're going to put your heel on the floor like shown, and you're going to place the ball where it is now so it's nice and comfortable. Now once in this located position, you're going to gently lift the heel, and you're going to rock the ball forwards and backwards, nice and slowly. But remembering when doing this, you're feeling for tensions and restrictions, and you're not going to be putting too much pressure through there.
Again, this just has to be a gentle pressure, looking for any tightnesses or restrictions. We don't want it to be a hard pressure that's producing pain, but just enough to gently release any of the tensions under the foot that you may find.
If you have a lot of tension in your foot, you might find that sitting down at first will be a great way to start achieve this development. But if you're finding while sitting that you're not getting great results, maybe you want to stand up and put a little bit more dynamic pressure through there to see if you can achieve better release. Remember when doing this guys, it's not just a foot and ball release, we're going to be using our full body to do this dynamic tension release. So when you're doing this, it's not just a case of you moving the foot and the ball like so, it's a case of it's a slow, gentle approach and your full body's being receptive to what you can feel under the foot.
So just rocking very gently forwards and backwards with the whole body, which incorporates this whole body movement that in Japanese is known as taijutsu. This can just help to release any pressure or tightness in the muscles underneath the foot and also stimulate the muscles to help pull and support those arches that are important for weight distribution of the whole body.
So now we're going to look at the hand. And what we tend to find in modern life, our hands don't actually get a day off. We tend to overuse our hands, whether it's texting too much, scrolling through social media, your mouse hand at work, or just repetitive strain injuries in general. So we're now going to show you some basic simple principles which will help release this area.
As well as local tension in the hands, similar to the foot, pressure here can actually cause tension on the facial lines, which affect up to the elbows, shoulders and the neck as well. So by releasing some pressure here, we can actually take tension out of the whole system of the body.
So to simply do this, guys, all you need is your ortho ball, a nice flat surface, whether it's a book, your dinner tray, a table, the floor if you're comfortable. So now we have our workstation ready and our ortho ball ready. We're going to start off with a hand by targeting this key area of the pons pollici muscle.
This muscle is really important as it allows us to oppose each of the fingers in the hand, which is an ability that an ape or a chimpanzee doesn't have. However, this muscle, because of the stresses and strains of modern life of using mobile phones and gripping onto things, is one of the most abused muscles in the hand.
So to simply achieve this, very similar to the foot, we're going to place the ball on the floor or the work surface that you're using. And again, once you've had the location of the area you're going to be working with nicely gently placed, we're going to start off with a rocking slowly forwards and backwards dynamic motion.
Just working on this muscle here, and again, similar to the foot, it doesn't have to be hard pressure. We don't want it to be producing pain, but we're just going to look for any tensions in this muscle that might have built up through repetitive stresses during the day.
When doing this, it's not just a hand and ball exercise. You're going to use the full body to gently rock over, and you're feeling for any tension restrictions and also any releasing that you may feel throughout the rest of the body.
And just rocking very gently forward and backwards with the body just to produce the pressure into the hand, which again, this movement in Japanese is known as taijutsu, or whole body integration.
So now we're going to move on to the lateral portion of the pons pollici on the outside of the hand. And to do this, again, we're going to place the ball on the workstation. I'm going to do the very same movement what we did on the other part of the muscle.
So again, this doesn't have to be a hard pressure, just enough so that we're engaging the muscle and feeling for any tension that might have built up in there through the stresses and strains of modern life using mobile phones or gripping.
So we're going to move on to our third and final basic introduction to the hand, which is to help achieve releasing this very lateral portion as indicated here.
This is a very important muscle as it not only attaches in the hand but continues as a line of fascia up the arm and then becoming the triceps and also the levator scapular muscles in the neck. So it's a very important area to release.
What we tend to find is we use the little finger as a counterbalance throughout daily routines, which gets common stresses throughout the day. So it's very important that we help release this area. So to achieve this, we're going to place the ball on the workstation, like we have done the previous two exercises. What we're going to do is this time, we're going to place a hand like so, and we're going to gently gyrate the ball forward and backwards. Now when doing this, if you have a lot of tension, you might find this gives you a great release. However, if this isn't giving you that sensation that you were achieving on the first couple of exercises that we've already shown you, to help do this now, you can just help support this and put a bit more dynamic pressure through there.
Again, remember, it doesn't have to be hard pressure, literally just looking for any tensions that might have built up in the muscle through periods of strain throughout the day. So again, using the full body, rocking very gently forwards and backwards, so it's not just a hand movement, the whole body is moving forwards and backwards into this whole body integrated pattern. So releasing tension in all of these areas of the muscles, as we've said, can release local tensions in the hands, but can also affect the fascia, which affect up to the shoulders and also the neck, causing neck tension or headaches as well. As well as this also stimulates the reflexogenic points in the hand, which are less well known than the reflex points in the feet, but actually relate to all of the organs and were originally part of the reflexology system.
So we hope you enjoyed that video, guys, and we hope you're going to start releasing all that tension in your hands and feet with your ortho ball.
If you haven't got a ball yet, just give us a message and we'll get one sent out to you.
Thank
Enjoy,
you.
guys.